Hello, I'm Terry Duffy with the City of Hialeah Fire Department Fire Prevention Division. We're here today at the Amoco gas station at 400 East 25th Street. I'm sure by now everyone has seen these pay at the pump pumps. It's very convenient. I like to use my credit card. I stick it in here, I pump my gas, and no one ever gets to see me, and I leave. It's very quick, very convenient. However, this comes with a problem. Illegal gasoline haulers have also found this to be a very convenient way to steal gasoline. They take stolen credit cards, pay at the pump, take as much as they want, and leave, and no one even sees them. This is becoming a very big problem, and it's lending itself to more and more illegal gasoline haulers on our streets. In this video, we will demonstrate how a typical response to a very common vehicle collision can turn out to be a very hazardous situation with little or no warning for the emergency responders. After our demonstration, we'll talk about the various clues that may be available to you to help you recognize and identify a potential illegal gasoline hauler. Also in this video, we will hear from Tony Pilla. He is the Hazardous Materials Specialist with the Department of Transportation Motor Carrier Compliance Office here in South Florida. He has a message in particular for any law enforcement officers that may be watching this video. We will also hear from the City of Hialeah Chief Electrical Inspector, John Travers. He's going to talk to us about the dangers that are present in the illegal gasoline haulers that would not ordinarily be present in proper gas stations. We're also going to hear today from Charles Blumberg. He is the owner of a local Amoco gas station, and he's going to tell us what he's doing to try and put illegal gasoline haulers out of business. We hope that this video will help you recognize and identify illegal gasoline haulers at an early enough stage to give you an opportunity to protect yourself and the public. As you watch our demonstration, please keep in mind that your next call could involve a similar vehicle. Now, here's our demonstration.
Hialeah Fire Rescue area.
Yes, hi. Yeah, I heard a real big loud noise and I looked out the window and I just saw a traffic accident real bad. A car hit a van.
You see a van?
On West 1st Avenue and 22nd Street.
How many people injured?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it looks pretty bad though, yeah.
Okay, ma'am. We'll be responding. Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Engine 6, Rescue 6, 317, accident with injuries, West 1 Avenue and 22 Street. Engine 6, Rescue 6, 317, accident with injuries, West 1st Avenue and 22nd Street.
Car collision scene secure.
What you have just seen here is a reenactment of a common traffic accident, one that any one of us might respond to at any time. However, when they arrived, there was no apparent hazards. There was no markings on the vehicle, no placard, no way for them to know what they were really getting into. Partway through this scene, one of them came around, opened the back doors, and this is what they found. Here today is Tony Pilla from the Department of Transportation Motor Carrier Compliance, and he's here to give us his perspective on this. Tony.
Okay, what I'm going to talk about is how the police officer responding to this crash should be looking for on his arrival. Again, as he pulls up on the scene, he's just going to see a crash involving a van and a passenger vehicle. What he needs to be aware of is what could possibly be inside. Again, the first thing he should notice as pulling up on the scene is fluid leaking from the rear of the vehicle onto the ground. That's going to get his attention first. He's going to look, he's going to see that the windows in the van are all blacked out or painted over. As he approaches the vehicle, he's going to look to the back of the passenger seat, and there's usually a panel blocking off the front compartment where the driver sits to the rear compartment where the tank is. All these are signs he should be picking up. Notice when you open the door of the compartment, see right here is a toggle switch. I recommend you do not touch or turn on any switches. The ignition, make sure it's off. The compartment behind the driver's seat, separating the driver's section to the rear compartment. These are all signals and things you should be noticing as you walk up to the vehicle. If you encounter a situation like this, you need to advise fire rescue and your hazmat team. Make the scene clear and wait for fire to respond.
Notice this van has no markings on it. It doesn't say gasoline. It doesn't have a placard. Normally a gasoline hauler would have a 1203 placard. On this van, there's absolutely no clue whatsoever that it's hauling gasoline. We're going to show you quite a few different signs that might help you determine this might be a gasoline hauler before you get yourself too close. First, take a look at these vehicles. All of the vehicles currently being shown were caught hauling large quantities of gasoline. I'm sure you'll agree it isn't always obvious when a vehicle is hauling a large quantity of gasoline. But we do see some things common to many of them. For instance, most of the vans hauling gasoline either have no windows or they have painted windows. Most of the windows we found were painted from the inside so that you could not see inside. Also, most of the vans have vents coming out through the roof or through the side. This one was unusual. It did not have any venting. However, many of them have vents coming out the top. We'll show you scenes of those. One thing we've noticed is that most of the vans hauling gasoline are equipped with some kind of a divider between the passenger compartment and the rear compartment. Usually it's either of plywood, carpeting, or in this case it even has curtains. This van and this whole accident scene was staged for dramatization purposes. However, this van was actually caught hauling gasoline when it drove around police officers directing traffic. One of the police officers noticed the liquid dropping out of the back and pulled it over. That's how we got this one.
Earlier in this presentation, you heard descriptions of the illegal gas hauling and dispensing operations that have proliferated in the South Florida area. Adding to the obvious hazardous implications of transporting and dispensing fuels illegally are some electrical hazards that are also present. NFPA 70, commonly known as the National Electric Code, devotes an entire Chapter 5 to hazardous classified locations. Article 514 specifically identifies gasoline dispensing as a hazardous location and requires additional safeguards above and beyond the general installation procedures found in the first 4 chapters of the code. Some of the safeguards that I mentioned that occur in Article 514 include totally enclosed pump motors, intrinsically safe low voltage wiring systems, and sealing fittings that prevent gases from leaving a hazardous or a classified location and entering into an unclassified location. Proper installation of electrical systems in fuel dispensing islands are costly, but absolutely necessary to ensure safe operation of dispensing machines. None of these are present at illegal dispensing sites or vehicles. Illegal gas haulers not only put themselves and their clients at risk, but also endanger innocent people nearby to the possibility of an explosion due to electric arcs or sparks.
We are here today with Charles Blumberg, the owner of the Amico gas station at 400 East 25th Street. He and his employees are taking steps to make sure that illegal gasoline haulers don't get their gas here. He's going to show us now what he's doing.
In order to combat illegal sales of gasoline at the pumps, we have a computer system that asks for ID. The credit card's owner's name has to match with his driver's license, with the name on the driver's license. Also at the pumps, there's a $35 limit. After that, they have to come to the office and we have to follow the procedures that the computer asks us to do. And this will eliminate a lot of fraudulent sales. Okay, in order to prevent illegal gas hauling and to find out when it's being done, we've installed a video system that operates 24 hours a day. It gives the time and it is recorded. By these people stealing the gasoline using fraudulent credit cards, and with the oil company chargebacks, we the consumers are paying more for gas at the pump. Not only that, they're causing a great chance of having a fire. They're smoking cigarettes while they're putting the gas in the drums, and they don't care. They're only interested in getting the gas and selling it to the public and making money illegally. We went to a great extent to build a nice gas station to prevent this, and we installed all the equipment that is necessary legally, and we don't want us to cause a fire or anyone to get killed.
I'm confident that you'll agree that the large oil companies have all had an excellent safety record for many years. Now I'd like to show you how dangerous some of the illegal gasoline haulers are. In this case, the Hialeah Fire Department responded to a large steel tank leaking in a pickup truck. One seam in the rusted tank had failed and was leaking. A total of 350 gallons of gasoline was recovered. Notice the pooling of gasoline in the parking lot. Fortunately, no ignition source was in the area at the time. Several vans that we have found use carpeting to collect spillage and runoff. As the gasoline evaporates from the carpet, the explosive range of gasoline may be reached. Notice the gasoline being absorbed at the base of the plywood divider in this scene. In this van, a large hole was cut in the floor of the van and also in the top of the gas tank. These holes allowed the operator to pump gasoline through a smaller pipe from the vehicle's gasoline tank to the larger gasoline tank inside the back of the van. It seems that illegal gasoline haulers are using just about any type of vehicle. Some are brand new while others are quite old. We've seen many pickup trucks, vans, and some small trucks. Almost any vehicle could be suspected of hauling illegal gasoline. We've seen many of them equipped with pumps and valve systems where they put the gasoline in the vehicle's proper tank only to have the pump it from that tank into the larger tank in the rear. There's a set of valves that are then switched to allow the same pump to pump the gasoline out into the customer's vehicles. We have found gasoline tanks in the backs of vehicles ranging from 150 to 625 gallons. However, most of them seem to be approximately 300 gallons. We've seen gasoline tanks that were made of steel as well as plastic, and ventilation systems constructed of steel, plastic, or PVC. Some of the illegal gasoline haulers that we have found had no ventilation systems whatsoever. We have noticed that several of them smoke. We've seen them smoking while dispensing gasoline. We've seen them smoking while driving the vehicles. Additionally, they do not use grounding or bonding. The static electricity that could build up, or the vehicle's electrical system, could very easily ignite gasoline fumes under these conditions. This situation, where illegal gas hauling is becoming more and more popular, is lending itself to yet another problem. We are finding more and more people storing large quantities of gasoline at their homes. Numerous houses, as well as a couple of apartment buildings, have been found to have large quantities of gasoline, sometimes 200 or 300 gallons, as seen here. Ordinarily, you would not expect to encounter a large quantity of gasoline in a house fire. However, in 1998, the Hialeah Fire Department responded to a house that had gasoline stored in it. It made it particularly difficult to put out the fire. In summary, we hope that at this point you are better prepared to recognize a potential illegal gasoline hauler. Remember, on arrival, always look for fluid leaks leaking from the vehicle. Look for painted windows. Look for partitions between the driver's compartment and the rear of the vehicle. Look for unusual toggle switches, either in the cab or near the gasoline fill spout. Look for vents at the top of the vehicle or perhaps on the sides. Look for heavily weighted suspension and tires, showing signs that there's a heavy weight, particularly in the rear. We don't recommend that you use your sense of smell to detect hazardous materials. However, if you are on the scene and you smell gasoline, become suspicious and investigate further. We would like to remind you that in every case, you should always follow your department's protocols for responding to a hazardous materials incident anytime you find an illegal gasoline hauler.